Hello students, this is the first part of our 11th chapter from our class 8 science textbook, that is force and pressure. In this part we are going to see some of the topics. We will cover some of the topics from our chapter. First, before going into the chapter, we must know what is force. So force is nothing but a push or pull. If you push something, that means you are applying force. If you are pulling something, that also means you are applying force. So force is nothing but a push or a pull. Push can be pushing, like when we push each other, hitting, when we hit the ball with the bat, then lowering. If you are lowering something like a bucket of water, if you are lowering it, you are you are driving it away from yourself. So it will be considered as pushing. Then kicking a ball, where you are just kicking the ball away from you, or throwing the ball, flicking of our fingers. These all are considered as push. And pulling something, pulling a rope, or lifting a bucket of water from the well, picking something from the ground, or picking food from your plate, all these actions are considered under pull. So all these push or pull are nothing but force, where we apply force so that some changes come in the object. If you are kicking a ball, the ball will be an object, and what is the change that is brought about there? When we kick the ball starts moving from its place. So this movement has been brought about by the force. Next topic, let's see. Forces are due to an interaction. Forces are due to an interaction between two or more objects. For example, if you want to apply force on a ball where you want to kick it, so what are the two objects? First one will be yourself, who is applying the force, and where you are applying the force, you are kicking the ball. So the ball will be another object. Like that, for a force to be acted upon, you must have interaction between the objects, where two or more objects will interact with each other and force will be applied. Forces applied on an object in the same direction, they add up. Here, what does it mean? For example, let's say that I am pushing a heavy box from one place to another. I have to push it and take it from here to another place. Now the box is very heavy and I am unable to push it. Then one of my friend will come and he or she will push the box along with me in the same direction. Then both of our forces will add up. The force of the first person and the force of the second person will add up, and together the forces will add up and it will increase. Then both of us can move the box from one place to another. Since we are pushing the box or pulling something, if we are doing it together in the same direction, then the forces will add up. It will increase the force. While forces get subtracted or reduced when the forces are applied in opposite direction. If the forces we are applying are in opposite directions, then they will get subtracted or it will reduce. For example, when we play tug of war, what happens there? One team is pulling in this side, left side, and one team will pull the rope towards the opposite direction. Then what will happen? Both will pull the rope in opposite direction, so movement is not easily seen there. But if one of the team members or one of the team can apply more force and pull the rope in with greater force than this team, the movement will be seen in this direction. So here what can we understand? If if there are two forces but they are in opposite direction, what will happen? It will get subtracted and reduced. So let's say there are two teams that are playing tug of war. Team A are applying about 10 unit of force. The unit of force is Newton. So let's say team A is applying 10 Newton force while team B is applying 12 Newton force. So to find the net force, or to see in which direction the movement will take place, what can we do? We will subtract them. So 12 minus 10, what we will get? 2 Newton. 2 Newton is in which direction? It is there for team B. So the rope will come towards team B and they will win the game. So that is how, if the forces are applied in same direction, they will add up. If the forces are applied in opposite direction, they will subtract each other. And if both the forces are of same amount, both are applying the same strength, then no movement will take place because both the forces will nullify each other. If one force is greater, then the movement will take place according to that force. If greater force is pushing, it will move in this way. If greater force is pulling, it will move in this way. I hope you have understood how the force are there due to interaction and how the forces add up or get subtracted. Now, here you see the strength of a force is expressed by its magnitude. What is the strength of the force can be expressed by its magnitude, and the unit of force is Newton. That means if, let's say, I am pushing this board with the force of 10 Newton. So this is the magnitude where N, Newton is the unit. So how can we express the force? Force can be expressed as its magnitude with the unit Newton, like 10 Newton, 20 Newton, 15 Newton, 100 Newton, like that we can express the force. If more than one force is acting on an object, the effect on the object is due to the net force acting on it. Just like we have discussed in this point, if more than one force are being applied, if one person is pushing, of course the movement will be in this direction. But if one person is pushing this way and another person is pushing in this way, then net will be subtracted and then whatever will be left will be the net force. If both are pushing in the same direction, the forces will add up. 10 plus 10, it will give 20 Newton in this direction. A force can bring about various changes. What are those changes? A force can move an object from rest. For example, if one football is kept on the ground, it is in a rest position. Rest means something which is not moving. So if the ball is kept there in rest position and you will go and you will kick the ball, what will happen? The ball which was initially in rest position, if you will kick it, it will start moving. So the kicking of ball, you are applying force. That is why force can move an object from rest. Next is change the direction of an object. A force can change the direction of an object also. For example, let's say one person has kicked the ball and ball is coming in this direction and you are kicking the ball in this direction. What will happen? First the ball is coming in this way. When you have kicked it, it will change its direction. So you will see change in direction can be brought about by applying force. Next is bring the object to rest. We can make an object move from rest and we can bring an object to rest also. For example, let's say a ball is coming towards you. It is in motion, and when you will catch the ball will stop moving and it will come into a rest position. Or a toy car is coming towards you. When you will pick it up, hold it, what will happen? Its motion will come into rest. So here also force is applied. Next is decrease or increase the speed of an object. Here also you see, if ball is coming very slowly towards you and in the same direction you will kick the ball, the slow direction of the ball will increase and the speed of the ball will increase and it will move faster. Or if a toy car is there, it is moving, you will hold it and you will push it. What will happen? Its speed will increase. A marble is there slowly coming, you will hit it, its speed will increase. So force can also increase or decrease the speed of an object. Next is change the shape of an object. Here also the force can change the shape. For example, you take a rubber band, simply stretch it. What is happening? The shape of the rubber band is expanding, it is changing, and for changing the shape of the rubber band you are applying force. Kneading of dough. If you want to make roti, you have to make a dough, and if you will push the dough, pushing the dough will change the shape of the dough. Then if you want to make roti, you have to flatten it. You make a ball, then if you will flatten it with the help of a rolling pin, you are pushing it. Then also first it was in ball shape, then if you will push it with the help of rolling pin, it will flatten up. Like that, a force can change the shape of an object also. Here we have discussed force is a push or a pull, and these are some of the actions which can be considered as push or pull. And forces are there due to interaction between two or more objects, where if the force applied in the same direction, they will add up. If the force is applied in forces are applied in opposite directions, subtraction will take place and the remaining force which is left after subtraction, what we get will be the net force, and the motion of the object will be according to that. Then unit of force is Newton. What are the things a force can do? A force can move an object from rest. A force can change the direction of the object. Force can bring the object to rest. Then force can decrease or increase the speed of an object, and also a force can change the shape of an object. So I hope you have understood this chapter. One more thing, you remember that there can be more than one type of force applied on an object. For example, opening or closing of a door. If one person is pulling the door to open it, another person is again pushing the door, then here pulling and pushing both are taking place at the same time. So there are various examples you can see around you where you will find either pushing or pulling is taking place, any action which can be a pull or a push taking place, which is resulting in the applying of force. I hope that you have understood this portion, this video thoroughly. In the next part we will see some more of the topics. For now, thank you.